Right, so we're just about to start doing the plumbing work on the blue barrels, the Waterbutts. We've been and getting all the parts we need, so as I said last time, it's all getting fitted to the bottom. So these are 22mm tank connectors. This is the speed fit ones, the John Geiss ones, and we use this stuff for all plumbing work. It's really good. So an obvious choice for doing this kind of stuff. We've got a 35mm 4s and a bit in the drill.
Need to pay that down.
Yeah, right. Right, take two. There we go, and through. Right, make sure whenever you're doing any kind of plastic works, whether it's plumbing in your house or plumbing exterior, you always get a bit of burr, right? So you need to remove that to make sure you get a good seal, either with a deburring tool, like hubby has there, or some sandpaper, right? You don't want any of this nonsense causing you leaks. Right, there we go, so that's the first one in. So that's just pushed through from the other side, and this exterior bit is just screwed on the nut. I'll show you what it looks like from the inside. There you go. So that's that. So once we get the other two done, we'll come back and we'll have another look at what we're going to do next. Right, there we go, so the first three barrels. So you can see this end one here, where the water's going to come in from the house. We've offset it to the left, just to save on a bit of pipe. But the other two are in the middle at the front to make it easier to get to the plumbing if we ever need to. Hopefully not, but if we ever need to for maintenance or whatever. So the next thing is to add the bits of pipe. So we've just got some 22mm JG speed fit again, with an elbow for the end one, a T. Can you open that for us a second?
This one's a floor plast, it's another good make, yeah. We just didn't have them ones. So these ones are floor plast, another good make, but they didn't have the JJ one. So anyway, so you'll have that on the end, a T, and then after the T, before we put the next two in, is a stop valve. So we can put the water from these two into them three without it just spilling out everywhere. And then we're going to have the same, another stop tap coming out of there for us to actually get the water out of the barrels. So, right, we'll get a bit more done and we'll come back and show you. Now, just to show you as well, we've also been to the pawn shop and got some of this. It's actually canny stuff. Reason being, because all the plumbing is going to be at the bottom, all of this kind of stuff that you get without covering your barrels sinks to the bottom. I don't know if you can see that, and eventually that'll end up blocking all the pipe work. So to minimise that, you're still going to get some, but to help minimise that, we're going to put some of this mesh over. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for something finer as well to probably put over, but for now that'll do the trick. Right, there we go, so the plumbing's in for these three, and we've started putting the nets on the two of them, but we've left one off so we can see filling heights and stuff. Put all the plumbing underneath, like so, and then to that one, then to a stopcock, just until we get the water loaded up, and I can get these two older ones cleaned out again before they get fitted. So just the water now. So we'll come back when we're done. Yep. There you go, you can see as he's pouring the water in that end one, it's filling them all up evenly. Class. And we chose the plumbing parts and piping that we did because they can handle high pressure because they fit to heating systems and all this kind of stuff. So because we originally thought about 32mm waste pipe to use, but the problem is that can't handle high pressures, and when these barrels are full there's going to be a lot of pressure there.
Would have been alright with all compression ones.
It would have been alright with all compression, but hence why
it's getting tank connectors.
Yeah, we couldn't get tank connectors either. Well, we could, but we chose the 22mm high pressure stuff. Cool. Right, day 2 of plumbing the water butts in, and the second 2 barrels are connected up. That one with an overflow, which we're connected to a hose pipe to, and ran it down all the way down so it goes straight into the drainage channel, and we've got a tap for actually getting the water out of the barrels. But what we're going to do is, just to make sure everything's okay, is we're going to turn this tap on slightly, and we're going to let a little bit of water in just to check everything first. So we'll come back in a second and we'll do that. This is good timing because it's just starting to rain again. Them 3 barrels there are full of the water we put in and then the rain last night. Obviously we needed to fill above the level of the tap. Make sure everything's sealed there as well. Right, there we go, so it's filled just above the level of the tap. Don't want to put too much in just while we're checking things. Everything's good underneath there. And it's not very quick, but that's because the level isn't very high. Obviously gravity and pressure and all of that. Oh, that'll do.
$3, that's how much is left.
It's pretty close, isn't it? Cool. Yeah, that's good calculations. Awesome, so I'm well chuffed. Really, really good. So I would definitely say that's a success. We just need to get the feed in from this side, but there's no particular hurry for that, but it will be better. But there's that much rain at the minute, simply what's coming off the house is going to fill these up probably tonight and tomorrow. So right, so we'll stop that tap, put that water back in the things, and we'll turn this one back on to fill them all up evenly. Whenever you're dealing with stopcocks, whether it's in your house or not, open them up fully and then turn them back half a turn. It helps stop them knackering because they murder, and they always jam when they're turned on fully, like tight. So always turn it back half a turn. There you go, Mrs. Doyle's DIY top tip. And there we go, that's filling up again. Cool. So we'll get everything tidied up, fronts put back on, and we'll come back. Right, there we go. Come back on, lid's back on, but left up for now, just for a second. It's still filling. So I want to come out later on, double check everything. Probably be too dark to film by then, but sorted. Very good. Right, so just an update for today. Everything's working well and not leaking with the water butts. When it's all levelled itself out, we've got just about half a tank in each one, which is good. But I definitely need to get some more of this netting stuff before pipe it in from the shop as well, because you can see it's working. It's keeping a lot of rubbish out, which is good. So put the front facing off back on later on. The main thing I've been doing today is I've made a start on the climbing frames for the outdoor cucumbers, squash and courgette. I'm going to grow up in between the boxes. That's what these pots are. They might not the prettiest pots, but they'll do for now. So basically I've just got some slats. I've just stapled them together like that, and I didn't even have long enough bits, so I've put joins in. And on the back, same again, I've just stapled the mesh to the back of the frame, and then I've got these bits of wood which I'm going to attach to the back, like so, and then screw through, and that's going to keep it off the fence a little bit. I don't want it off the fence too much, but I think that would be enough. So, and all I did was basically measured in between each box. Obviously that had to be a gap from the support there, and cut the bits to size and put 45s on them just to make it look a bit neater. So I'll get the rest made up and we'll come back when I start putting them on the fence. Right, so I've got all them done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start fixing the blocks of wood to them, which will in turn fix to the fence. So I'll get the tripod in place and you can watch one of the ones I'm doing. So you can see I've just had to charge the camera, so I didn't show you the other bit, but you know, I've showed you, haven't I? Dead basic, but it's working. It's reasonably solid considering it's just basically staples. So right. Right, there we go, so that's that done. So next job is get it on the fence. So let's have a look. There we go. I was going to try and keep it level, like actually level with the spirit level, but it didn't look right because the fence goes up on an incline, so it looks cockeyed. So, right, I'll get the rest done and we'll come back. Right, there we go then, that's them all on. I was going to do some either side as well, but I've decided against it. I'm going to grow mini nasturtiums at the ends and let them wiggle their way around the boxes. So that's that. Next thing I'm going to do today, while there's no rain, even though the ground's quite muddy, I'm going to get some more tatties in. I'm going to move them pots there. I'm going to move that and do some more digging. So we'll come back in a second. Right, so I've come up with a plan. I've just been watching Marina Wilson's latest video and I've seen her doing the no dig method, which looks fantastic, and gave us an idea. The way she's done it, the way she's got it from somebody else, as far as I can tell, is basically place the potatoes on the top and cover them up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it slightly different. I'm going to rake around, level the ground off. I'm going to use my big dibber to make holes, which I'm then going to fill with chicken manure pellets, lime, biochar, exactly like I do with the other ones. Add a bit of compost, and then I'm going to put the tatty in and cover it up. So I'm wondering if that's going to do the trick. Tatties I'm going to put in, or I'm going to put some King Eddies in, and a row of Southport Mira. I'm going to start over that side, I think. So, right, I'll get cracking. Right, so I would say that's reasonably even. Reasonably. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to mark my rows. Just got my little stakes which I've written on. So, next job is to make a hole. So I'm going to go reasonably deep with the dibber. It's marked up to about 10 inches. I'm going to wiggle it around, make it nice and wide. Like I say, add some fertilisers and stuff. And this is virgin ground, it's never had anything apart from grass on it. So it should be nice and fertile. I've got high hopes for this bit. And I've decided that the pots are going to go the other side, which is where the compost and the barbecue and that is at the minute. And this bit is going to be for the pumpkin. I'm not sure if I've already said that. So, right, let's crack on. Right, that's one done. So I'll come back when I've got the rest. Right, there we go, and that's that. Holes filled with potatoes. Now I just need to rake it all up. There we go, all done for another week. Right, that's them all tucked in nice and snug. In case we still have frost. A couple of other things just to quickly show you. We need to fix the wheelbarrow. He died the other day, but he is old. I think we've had that for about 13 or 14 years, and it's done some graft, but we'll fix it. So that's one job to do soon as. Another thing is I've started hardening off some more plants. In the form of the goldenberry, peas, lettuce and spring onions and some more bulbs and plants and stuff. I want to start hardening off the spuds as well tomorrow. Everything's still fine in there, hardened off well, handled the cold that we've had. Everything up here is really coming away now. All the plants, all the fruit, everything. It's just starting to look awesome. I've got a honeysuckle bush that's budding now, and the honeysuckle climber, which I'm not going to get in the train, is coming away really nicely now as well. Sometime over the next couple of weeks I'm going to do the carrots in the big bed, and just one more thing in the greenhouse before we call it quits. The first lot of spuds I put in, which was the Julie Drake South O'Meara ones, just seen some signs of life. There, it's just starting to come up, the buds there. I just feel them. There's only 2 in, so they're in there, so they're coming up. So I am well happy about that. Just zoom in a bit so you can see one touching just there. You probably can't see that, but another one there. So well happy with that. And everything on here is looking good now. And the purple potted peas, Marina, are just starting to come through. And marigolds just have not worked, so I don't know what the crack is there. Still no runners yet or anything like that, but apart from that everything's good. So that's it for this one, folks. There's still lots more to do. I've made a start on the front garden as well, so if we have another dry day, that's probably going to be the next video. So I shall catch you all next time.